Kirk State, Kirk State, Kirk State, Kirk State.
Kirk State. Break it down, baby.
Yo, what up, what up? 1 2 1 2. It's your man Kirk State. And today I'm just gonna go over some real quick topics of something that's near and dear to just about any creator, man. You know what I'm saying? Like the main way to beat block or writer's block or creative block or whatever you want to call it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we all run into it. You know what I'm saying? Like we all sat down, tried to make a quick beat or instrumental or produce something, whatever it was, and the inspiration just was not there, or the feeling was there, or it just sounds straight. You did something, but it sounds straight up whack. You know what I'm saying? And there's a few ways I came up, to overcome this, and it seems though it works every time. And now the main thing that I came up with to beat it was number one, the best thing to do is to organize, organize. Now, the first thing that I came up with, and I don't know if you have a record collection, right? Number one, organize your vinyl collection, right? Organize your records, your crates, all of that. Now, sometimes you may start organizing your crates, and this has happened to me plenty of times. I really wasn't in the mood for making beats, maybe, or whatever, but I started going through the crates, and I seen something that I liked. Oh wow, I forgot about this record. You know what I'm saying? And I took that record and I put it on the sampler. Boom. Next thing you know, I'm into something. So, not saying that it would lead to that every time with everyone, but the main thing is organize your record so that when an inspiration does hit, right, and it definitely will for all you creators, it definitely will. You'll have something that you can go back on and you'll remember and you'll say, you know what? When I organize, I know exactly where that sound is I need, or I know exactly where that old 70s or soul track, 60s soul track is, right? You'll remember that, okay? Now, number two, also with organization, we're going back to organization, and the main thing you want to keep in mind is uh, get ready, stay ready. That's something I live by, right? If you're always ready when opportunity knocks, and it will, and it always does, you're mentally ready, you're physically ready, you're ready, right? So going to number two is organization of like digital things, such as your music files. Now I don't know if some of you may be DJs and all of that. The first thing that I would do, right, and I have done this, I go into my Serato, go through my crates, organize them, because sometimes you may download music and it's not organized. It's just in one big music file, right? So you go through that, and when you're doing that, sometimes you can bring about inspiration with that as well, right? Because you're gonna hear something like, "Oh wow, oh snap! You know what? I could use this in a loop or something like that," right? So basically, organize your files. Also, number three, by organizing your files, this is going back into organization again. Go and download your favorite sounds from your favorite sound sources, such as Splice, for example, right? That can cause inspiration. But you're not going in there to necessarily make a beat or anything. You're going into it just to look around, download some things that you might use or whatever, and organize that. Okay, so once inspiration does hit, and again, it will, inspiration always hits, you'll know where to go find those sounds. Or you remember, like, you know what, I could use this sound or something like that, right? Or whatever it is, or this loop, or whatever it is, these drums. That way, you'll stay. Your mind is already trained to where to find. If you got inspiration, to where to find that right little piece or whatever it is that you're looking for, right? And this one I know a lot of people are going to hate, and that is go read a manual, right? I know it sounds stupid and boring. Some people like, what's the man on Flossie Carter? Take something He does an open box video and takes the books and pluck them to the side. Well, we don't want to do that. We want to reach for your favorite manual, and sometimes it may be digital. So you want to break out your iPad and go read the manual, right? And the reason I'm saying this is sometimes we're so caught up in creating, we may be creating extra steps in our process, right? So by reading the manual, you're going to come across shortcuts or an easier way to do something. Or you've been, oh, well, I've been doing it this way. I could save 5 or 10 minutes, right? By reading the manual, and I'm not saying read it in one sitting and all of that, but just to, if you're feeling beat block or whatever, sit at your console. It doesn't have to be the MPC or whatever machine, whatever it is you're using. Just read the manual, right? Go over some things, right? And when you do this, that's also training your mind, right? And you're going to, when you do get creating, and like I said, once again, you will be inspired, right? And once that inspiration hits and you're into making your beat, you're into the groove, you in that vibe, you know what I'm saying? That thing's going to click in your mind, say, oh, you know what? I can do this that way that was in the manual, easier than what I was doing before, right? So it's all about being prepared and being ready. So like I said, get ready, stay ready. So when inspiration hit, and it does, you'll be ready. And last but not least, wait a minute, I got two more. One, last but not least, go watch your favorite YouTuber, such as yours truly, right? Or whoever that may be, Bolo the producer, whoever. Sometimes just watching those guys sitting at your console, sitting at your desk or whatever, your production center, your studio, watching others make beats, watching a beat video on a beat maker on Twitch causes me personally to get inspired, right? And I'll be sitting there, be like, oh man, I just watched, I just watched Bolo the producer. I just watched Jazzy Jeff. You know what? I can do that too, or I'm going to do this, or they just gave me an idea, right? So watch your favorite YouTuber also. And also, last but not least, clean up your damn equipment. Clean it up. If you're not doing anything, keep your boards clean. Get you a can of air, spray it off. Get you a lint brush, roll it over the pads. Things like that that keep you busy in your workspace may also, because once it's almost like stepping into a new car that's nice and clean. You want to drive that car and go somewhere, right? When your car's dirty and looking around, you driving it. But when you're nice and clean and fresh, also like yourself, stay nice and clean in your gear and PC gang and all of that, or whatever it is, you feel different, right? So, same thing with your equipment, right? With your gear. Your MPC is nice and clean. Your the Procaster is nice and clean. Your mixing board's clean. Everything's clean, ready to go, right? And when you look at that, you be like, damn, that thing's shiny. I'm about to do something to it. You know what I mean? Like your boo, you might see hers looking shiny and all of that. Yeah, you're going to get it later, right? So that's the same feeling. So keep your equipment clean, wipe it down, and all of that. Okay? So these are just steps that I use, and it's your man Kirk State, and it's real simple. Stay ready, get ready. All right? Peace, and I'm out, man.
Kirk State, Kirk State, Kirk State, Kirk State.